So I feel like it's been a while since my last video, especially on this channel. And so I thought it'd be kind of fun to just catch you all up on what I've been up to. Much of my absence on this channel is due to my other YouTube channel, Christopher Heidemann, where I do holiday decorating. My fall season actually, like when I start recording and kind of making videos for fall and Halloween, is usually the end of July is when I begin that. And then I'm kind of recording steadily for like the fall and Halloween season and then the Christmas season all the way through probably the end of November. This year was a little different because I did sneak in a few extra videos on that channel, including kind of one showing us decorating a real Christmas tree and going to a tree farm, and then a Christmas baking video. So those two were kind of little extras that I threw in last minute. But usually I'm done recording my videos on that channel about the end of November, early December. And then I have the rest of the month to kind of do Christmassy things that aren't decorating. So that kind of explains why I kind of jump between this channel and my other channel. Is unfortunately I just don't have the time and energy to do both of them at the same time, but I always like to kind of come back to each of them, of course, and kind of keep them updated with new content and stuff like that. So the Christmas season this year was incredibly busy, and not just with decorating, but family gatherings and things like that. Of course, there's wrapping gifts and kind of all those little last minute things you're trying to get done right before the holiday. But it was super fun. I enjoyed spending time with family, got lots of fun gifts, gave lots of fun gifts to people. I always say, I actually have more fun giving gifts than I do receiving them. I love the gifts that I get from people, don't get me wrong, but it's so much fun to just get something for somebody that they're really gonna like, and then watching them open it, because I don't know. I think that's where the joy is in life, is giving things to others. But yeah, we had house guests actually for Christmas on and off through the end of January. So I'm just getting out of the Christmas mode here around the house. And before I forget to mention it, this lovely plant back here. So long story short, I had planted paper whites in this planter last year, and then they kind of bloomed and faded and did their thing. And then I was too lazy to clean up the planter, so I just shoved the whole thing in the basement and on a shelf, and then forgot about it. Well, I was down there doing laundry and I walked by the shelf this spring and I was like, oh my gosh, they're sprouting. So I brought them upstairs, gave them some water, and they started growing. I'm like, oh, this is so exciting, And then they just did that. So I'm not exactly sure what's happening. I don't think they're gonna bloom, but I like to pride myself thinking that I have a fairly, green thumb when it comes to plants and stuff, but this one was a little bit of a fail. I mean, they were still very nice and spring looking right when they started, but I think pretty soon I'm gonna do something with that because it just looks a little bit awful. And I actually have a house guest coming over tomorrow, and my brother, and so I don't know if that is what I want to symbolize springtime in our house, because I have done some spring decorating around the house already. I kind of started just taking out little things from the basement, and I did a little shopping online and found a few fun new things, because I've had a little bit of a hard time finding some new spring decor in stores. I've been to a variety of different stores, and it seems like this year most places are having a really hard time getting their spring floral in. And so when I've been kind of out searching for stuff that gives me ideas and inspiration, because usually I'll come across a product or like a flower and I'll be like, okay, that would be really, really fun to make this sort of centerpiece or planter or window box arrangement, something. And this year it just hasn't happened because it just doesn't seem like places are getting their stuff in. So I turned to online to look and see, and I tried ordering some artificial daffodils online, and they came just like squished flat in an envelope. But there were a few things that I ordered online that did turn out. One, I'm just looking at right over there. It's a cute little kind of bunny pillow that I got on Amazon. It's a cute little rabbit pillow, and so I got that, and I got another pillow cover for the entryway, so I just kind of slipped that over the existing pillow there. So one thing I like to do after the Christmas season is take a little time to kind of dream and just do fun things that are different than my usual decorating stuff. And in the past, what I've done to fill that time is I've written stories, like all the short stories that ended up turning into The Little Book with a Big Voice. And I wrote Beatrix Percival and Thomas and different things like that in my, what I call off season, which is the season after Christmas, but before, you know, my next video decorating season starts. And so I thought it would be really fun to turn my book Thomas into an audio video. And it's something that I have always wanted to do. And I've actually started the project before, and then I never finished it. So I decided that it was time to just kind of work on something like that that was really exciting and kind of fun. And so I turned my book Thomas into an audio video. When I first started writing this story, I actually titled it In Between True Love Never Ends. And the reason I chose that was because I thought in between was the perfect word to describe this story, which was a romantic ghost story between a ghost and a living person. And so in between just kind of fit. But later, when I wrote the second part of the story, I decided to kind of give it a rebrand before I made it into the two-part book. So yes, this was a very fun project to turn into an audio video, and I'm planning on posting that sometime, hopefully very soon. So I'm excited and hoping that everybody enjoys the story. If you're not into ghost stories or anything like that, then maybe skip this one. It's definitely different than my usual writing style, I think, because if you loved The Little Book with a Big Voice and all those heartwarming short stories, this is different. I like to think of my creative projects as seasons, although when I say seasons, it sounds like they pass, but at the same time, you know, they always come back. So, you know, with writing and different things like that, I'm kind of always just trying out different things, and I get in different modes, and I'll be in the music making mode for a while, and then I'll transition into writing, and then I'll transition into decorating videos, and then who knows? So this was, you know, one of those seasons, and it was a really, really fun project, and I can't wait to share it with all of you.